Today we are going to make one of my personal favorite street foods, pakoras. Pakoras are crunchy fried fritters. There are many different versions across India. And once you get the basics down, this is a recipe you can really learn to personalize with what you have in your pantry. I am using baby spinach and will be serving it with fresh cilantro mint chutney to dip them in. Hi everyone, I am Maneet Chauhan and this is Maneet's Eats, where I break down how to make the best Indian dishes from the market to the dinner table. But hold on, before we get to the market, take a moment to subscribe to Food Network's YouTube channel. Now, the most important ingredient in a pakora is the flour that we use, besan or a chickpea flour. This has a wonderful roasted flavor to it and has no gluten, so it's absolutely delicious. You need to make sure that you cook this through and through to get the best flavor. So one of the most important ingredients in a pakora is chaat masala. Chaat masala is a blend of spices, which in my books is the ultimate finishing salt. It has roasted cumin in it. It has that really sulfuric, funky, delicious umami-ish taste of black salt, which makes it really nice and savory. In India, chaat masala is pretty much used on everything. You make a salad, chaat masala goes on top of it. You are finishing pakoras, chaat masala goes on top of it. This is the ultimate finishing salt. Now that we have all the ingredients for the pakora, let's start getting ingredients for the chutney together. It is a cilantro mint chutney with mango in it. So for the mango, we are going to be getting this mango pulp. If you can't find mango pulp, just get some fresh ripe mangoes or get some frozen mangoes from the frozen fruit aisle. Now we have all our ingredients together. Let's go ahead and make some pakoras. So, to make the pakoras, we start with what we are going to be frying. I am going to be using some baby spinach. Now, you can use any greens, any vegetables that you want. I have made the pakoras using collard greens, rainbow chard. Just use your favorite greens and make it your own. So now with the baby spinach, I am going to go ahead and roughly chop it, not too fine. You still want to taste the spinach when you are biting into the pakora. So as you can see, easy peasy. Next, we are going to go ahead and slice some onions. You want to bite into the onion, so it's not going to be a fine chop. I cut off the base and the top, cut it in half, remove the skin. I will make a slit right in the center and then cut it in slices. I like using white onions because they are sweeter and not as sharp as red onions. Now with cilantro, as I always say, keep some of the cilantro stems because that is where all the cilantro flavor is. Almost fold it up and chop it. I have my spinach, my cilantro and my onions in a bowl. Next, add some ginger garlic paste. Equal parts of ginger and garlic which have been blended with a little bit of water. In this goes. I am going to add some besan or chickpea flour. And I'm going to be putting a touch of rice flour. Now what rice flour does is that it gives it a little bit of the crunch that we really want in a fritter when it is deep fried. You know, you bite into it and it's that textural contrast. Next, go in the spices. So I'm going to grab my masala dabba over here. Just the smells of spices, so beautiful. Going to add some salt. I'm going to add some turmeric powder to it. So turmeric not only gives it a little bit of that beautiful golden hue, it also gives it a brightness. I'm going to be adding some garam masala. Garam masala is a blend of different spices. Think of warming spices like cumin, coriander, star anise, cinnamon. These are all of the different spices that go into the garam masala. there is a little bit of the Kashmiri chili. Now, Kashmiri chili is one of my favorite chilies to use in Indian cooking. It is almost like paprika, but has a little bit more of that heat to it. The next spice that I'm going to add is chaat masala. And then I'm going to be adding a little bit of kasuri methi or fenugreek leaves. Now, I am going to get in and mix the whole thing. The first step is you just mix everything together. Make sure that all the spices, all the ingredients are coming together. Just massage those flavors in. I just like using my hands. You get a feel of what you are doing. Next, you slowly add water to it. So slowly the water goes in. So when you are making pakoras, you cannot make this batter and let it sit. You have to make this and fry it immediately. The reason being that if you let it sit for a little bit of time, the onions will start releasing water, and this batter is going to get very watery. Now over here, I have oil heated to 350 degrees. Make sure that it is not too hot, because what will happen is that the outside of the pakora is going to be burnt while the inside is going to be raw. So 350 degrees is the best temperature. Now, what you do is with your hands, you just go ahead and make small morsels and put it, so in it goes. So with pakoras, you're waiting for it to fry for around 3 to 5 minutes till it's nice and golden brown. Really depends on how many pakoras you're frying in a pot. Over here, it's important to control the temperature. What we're looking for is a beautiful golden brown fritter. Now, pakoras are so easy to make. As you see, it took us just a few minutes. So whenever we would have unexpected guests coming home, pakora was the one thing that mom would make because it's easy to make. You have all the ingredients at hand and you can just quickly whip it up together. Just look at how beautiful and golden brown this looks. You remove it from the oil. Now, as soon as you take it out from the fryer, you have to sprinkle it with some of the chaat masala right over here and be generous with it. These look beautiful. So what these fritters or pakoras need is a nice dipping sauce. And I am going to be making a mango mint cilantro chutney. Chutneys can be cooked, they can be raw, they are usually seasonal, and they are the perfect accompaniment to take a really good dish to new heights. So over here, I have some cilantro leaves which go in the blender. Then we put in some mint leaves, some Thai chilies. Going to put some lemon juice, some salt, and then I'm going to be putting some mango puree in this, and then we'll blend it. Your chutney is ready. This chutney is so versatile. I make cucumber mint sandwiches with this chutney in it. So delicious. Pile up the pakoras. This is such a party favorite. Whenever I have parties at home, I always make pakoras and people love it. I can never make enough of these because they disappear really fast. There, we have it. Our spinach onion pakoras with mint cilantro chutney. I can't wait to try this. So just a generous amount of chutney. This is absolutely delicious. The chutney is sweet, tart, spicy. It's got that herbaceousness which comes through mint and cilantro, and it's the perfect dipping sauce. And the exterior of the fritter, because of using the rice flour, has a crunch to it which makes it very, very craveable. If you make this recipe, please leave a comment and let me know how it turned out. And don't forget to subscribe to Food Network's YouTube channel for more irresistible dishes.